Welcome back, friends. We are counting down and sharing with you guys the most popular recipes in 2025. And today is recipe number 6. This is one of my favorites. I talk about it all the time. If you've been following along, you already know. It is broccoli cheese soup, but we make it even easier to make in a crock pot. If you love any broccoli cheese soup, you are gonna love this one. It is so simple to make, but the flavor is still all there. And we are gonna do a little blast from the past when I show you guys how simple and easy it is to make. Today, we are making one of our most popular soup recipes. You guessed it, Crockpot broccoli cheese soup. Hi, I'm Christina with eatingonadime.com. Today, we are going to make this delicious, delicious soup. Now, you can get the full link to the description below, or you can always go to eatingonadime.com and search broccoli cheese soup. Not only do we have this delicious crock pot version, we have a stovetop and a great keto version too that I know that you will love. Now today I am using this 6-quart crock pot, but you can easily make this in an 8-quart, or if you're making a smaller serving, a 4-quart crock pot works great as well. All right, let's go make some soup.
First, we're going to start off with fresh broccoli. You can use frozen if you would like, and we're going to cut off all the crowns of the broccoli and dice them up small. You are going to need 4 cups of broccoli diced up. So once they're diced up, then I like to measure them. Once the broccoli crowns are off, then I like to cut them to the size that I would like. Now this is where you can make your soup completely your own. If you like your broccoli soup a little bit chunkier, then leave them bigger. Or if you would like it not as chunky, then you can dice them up really small here. And so that way you don't get the bigger pieces in your soup. But you can completely make it your own. After your broccoli is diced up, we're going to work on the onion. We need a 1/2 cup of onion diced. That's usually 1 whole small onion or a 1/2 of a large onion. Now, when we cut our onion, I have actually a video on how to cut your onion diced up perfectly, so they're easy pieces. If you do have kids with texture issues, or again, if you want your soup really smooth, you can just throw your onion into a food processor to make them really small. And if you're wanting to be extra lazy, you can even go ahead and use frozen diced onions as well. And you're just going to throw in a 1/2 cup. When I dice my onion, the first thing I do is cut it in half, and then I run my knife through it lengthwise, trying not to cut all the way through. I accidentally slipped there, but when you don't cut all the way through, it stays together and makes it easier. So when you flip it, you can run your knife through it. And what that does, if you cut your knife along the line of the onion at the arc, then you're going to have these perfectly diced onion pieces. And then once you're finished, then you just kind of quickly run your knife through the edge, so that way those get diced up as well. But that's our little trick on how to cut an onion so it doesn't fall apart and doesn't make it hard for you to cut up. This is the perfect time to remind you that you can get the full recipe at eatingonadime.com, or you can also find the full recipe linked in the description below. We would also love it if you would like and leave a comment on this video. We'd love to hear your thoughts and if you've ever made broccoli cheese soup as well, because we love hearing from you. Once everything's chopped up, now it's time to add it to our slow cooker. I'm going to add in my diced up broccoli and then the diced up onion. Now remember, today I'm using a 6-quart slow cooker, but this soup would fit into a 4 or 5-quart slow cooker, but you can also use an 8-quart slow cooker as well. Now it's time to get our celery ready. The first thing I do is I clean up the edges and cut off the ends of the celery. We're going to dice this up. So what I like to do is I like to run my knife through the celery lengthwise twice. So you follow the length of the celery rib, and I run it twice to make these little thin sticks. Then I run my knife across the other way, so that way it's diced up small, and perfect for your soup. Now, if you don't run your knife through it, you're going to have bigger pieces of celery. And for a broccoli cheese soup, I like to have the flavor of the celery, but we're not really going for the crunch of celery in this soup, which is why we recommend dicing it up. Add your celery to the slow cooker, as well as 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. In a small bowl, we're going to add a 1/4 cup of cornstarch and 4 cups of chicken broth. Now, you can use vegetable broth, or you could use water in this recipe if you would like. Now, the reason that we're mixing this up in a small bowl is because the cornstarch will help as being a thickening agent. If you've ever made broccoli cheese soup and you found that it is too runny, it's because we don't have anything to thicken it up. And so the reason we're adding cornstarch now instead of at the end is because cornstarch needs to be mixed in with cold water. If you try to mix it into a warm liquid, it will actually be really lumpy and won't combine well. So by taking this extra step of whisking it together, you will have a nice, thick and delicious broccoli cheese soup. Pour that mixture right on top of that broccoli in your slow cooker. Add 2 tablespoons of butter. Add your lid and slow cook it for 4 to 6 hours on low. You can cook this on high for 2 to 3 hours as well. Meanwhile, while this is cooking, we're going to go ahead and shred our cheese so we can get it ready for when the soup is finished. Now, instead of using pre-shredded cheese, today I'm recommending that you actually buy your block cheddar cheese and hand shred it. And the reason is it just melts so much better. Shredded cheese is designed not to actually melt. And so if you are making a soup or anything like that and you find that your cheese melts very stringy, it's because you're not hand shredding it yourself. For today's recipe, we're going to need 4 cups of cheddar cheese that has been shredded. So how to measure this is you want to shred it first and then measure it. I'm just using my large measuring cup. I have it linked below. It doesn't have to be exact when you're measuring cheese. You don't have to push it in. You just want a fluffy measurement. About 30 minutes before you're ready to serve dinner, you're going to want to stir the cheese in. I just dump it all in and then stir it in and allow the cheese to melt. You will also stir in 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. You can use milk here, but we like using whipping cream because it just makes it so much creamier and delicious. And add a teaspoon of salt and pepper. All we have left to do, friends, is to stir the soup. So we're going to stir it to help it melt, put the lid back on as needed, and allow that cheese to melt. And that's how easy it is to make the best Crock-Pot broccoli cheese soup.
So once you add in the cheese and the cream, you want to go ahead and cook it on high just until the cheese is melted and the cream is heated through. And then it's ready to serve. Ooh, it smells and looks amazing already. Now, you can dice the broccoli up based on how you like it. I like my broccoli a little bigger in my broccoli cheese soup. Some people like it really fine where it disintegrates into the soup. That's completely up to you. However you dice it at the beginning is going to be the results that you get at the end. The Crock-Pot does make the broccoli nice and soft, which is amazing in this soup every single time. Thank you so much for joining me today in my sister's kitchen. Don't forget, the full link to this recipe is in the description below, and we've also linked our favorite Crock-Pot cookbook bundle that's currently 75% off. If you love the Crock-Pot as much as we do, you have to check that out. It is a deal in some of the greatest, easiest Crock-Pot recipes you'll ever find. All right, friends, do not forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss any more of our easy, family-friendly recipes. And I will see you guys next time in my sister's kitchen. Bye, friend. Just watching that video makes me really crave some soup right now. I love serving this as a full dinner with a big side salad, and everyone loves it. If you've already made this recipe before, I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below, and of course, let me know what you thought. If you've already made this recipe, let me know in the comments below, and of course, Let me know what you think about it. Don't forget, friends, we are counting down, and tomorrow we're halfway through with recipe number 5. So make sure you like and subscribe so you're notified when that video goes live, because I don't want you to miss out. All right, friends, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you next time, and until then, as always, remember, make sure you're eating at home by eating on a dime.